that was D-Lot, man. I'm like, damn, dog, that was crazy. Oh, there we go. We got the OBS on too, baby.
There you go.
We got the OBS on too, baby. YouTube live. That's why I was doing all this right here, this keyboard, dog. Big D, I see you out there, boy. I see you out there, Big D. I see you out there, man. And but yeah, man, just, we're gonna do another show on that too. So I'm glad we got the OBS on, man. That's like camera 2, bro. That's like camera 2, cause that right there, that's incredible, man. Now that's incredible. But so let's talk about tonight's show, man. I only got like 40 minutes left, man. This time goes so quick. But a couple of things I want to talk about, and I think I'm gonna start off at the top about Santa Claus, right? So the reason I got a couple of reasons I got on this outfit, man, this Santa Claus outfit, and it's the reason I want to do this show right here with this outfit on, because I'm sure when you all turn it on and you join, Facebook tonight, and you look on, you was like, oh my goodness, why does this dude have on this Santa Claus outfit? The first thing came to your mind was what? Santa Claus ain't real. That's fake, right? Santa Claus fake. That ain't real. Ain't that real about Santa Claus. We learned that when we was kids, right? When we was probably 6, 7 years old. Somebody turned us on, a friend, a big cousin, a big brother, a big sister, somebody. Hey man, that ain't real. Santa Claus is fake. And at first we was like, no. So today I went to a preschool, went to my granddaughter's preschool, and they probably have, it's probably 100 and somewhere probably 100, 120 kids there. So I was the Santa Claus for the day, did the whole Santa Claus Christmas celebration. And you remember when you was a shorty, you used to get on and, go to the mall or whatever, you sit on Santa Claus' lap and you tell him what you want for Christmas and all of that. So we did that today. And I had to do an individual picture with every student. But the thing that dawned on me when I left, I already had my agenda for tonight's show before I even left to go to that. But a couple of things about that. The first thing was this. I want everybody, man, whether you listening to this live or you hearing it on a rebroadcast, man, take some time out and give back. I mean, I'm not going to go deep in that because y'all know how I feel about giving. But, man, to take 100 kids and sit them down and say, hey, Merry Christmas. And they like, Santa Claus, I want a Power Ranger. Santa Claus, I want a Barbie house. Santa Claus, I want a racetrack. Santa Claus, I want a Batman. And they was really believing that I was Santa Claus, right? I was, how you doing, little kid? Man, them kids was so happy, so hyped. They was like, oh. So to them, and y'all got to stay with me now. So to them, to those small kids, man, it was real. Like I was really Santa Claus. So I did that, man, and it did the heart good, man. I was like, oh my gosh, man, I was able to give back, do some stuff on that line. But then the flip of it is this. When I left, took my outfit off, went to the barbershop, saw D-Lot, went to the house. I got to thinking about it, man, because I have been really doing some research about 401ks and the financial system. So the thing I want y'all to realize tonight is this. The financial system that the majority of Americans are working within is not real. It's like Santa Claus. Most people, now I'm putting you up on some real game tonight. Most people, and when I say most people, I'm talking about 80% to 90% of the people in the United States. Now, when I say 80 to 90%, I'm talking about it's only about 10% of the people that know that Santa Claus ain't real. It's only about 10%. The other 10 to 20. So we're gonna say 20. All right, we're gonna be nice tonight. We're gonna do the 80-20 rule, right? Wilfredo Pareto, right? Italian economist. The 80-20 principle. It's only 20% of the people in the United States that realize that Santa Claus is not real. And when I say Santa Claus, I'm talking about the stock market, your 401k, the whole premise of work for 45 years to you 70, 65, 70, and then retire, that's not real. That's not reality. That's Santa Claus. That's Santa Claus. And I know you probably out there scratching your head like, what you mean, man? I know it makes sense, but just like them little kids was looking at me today like, oh, that's Santa Claus. Most people in the U.S., when you don't understand the game, and that's just what it is, the game of personal finance, and don't understand how these things go together, and have not taken the time out to sit down and walk through these different topics that we talk. This is the 81st show on the Daily Bread Radio Show. If you don't take time to walk through some of these topics, and I'm gonna throw one out there for you, right? And this is something, the thing I like about my show, and the thing I like about the time that we in now, it's not like when we was in the 70s and the 80s, you know, somebody could come and say something crazy. Man, I was a superstar back in Mississippi, better. But now, if somebody say something, the only thing you gotta do is take your phone out, go to Google, so let me see what's up. I'm saying this to you. If you look up the average amount that's needed to retire in the United States, researchers say, listen to this number. Researchers say you would need a minimum of $1 million in a 401k or some other investment. You need a minimum of $1 million, and you need to be getting 8% every year on that $1 million when you retire. So when we break that down, that's like $80,000 a year, because you're getting $80,000 on the interest and you never touching the principal. So the $1 million just keeps throwing off $80,000 every year because it's growing 8%. So it's throwing off $80,000. But here's the thing. Number one, the majority of the people in the U.S. are going to have a very challenging time to get to $1 million. That's number one. That's step number one. Step number two is when you look at the stock market over the last, not 20 years, 40 years, the average return on the stock market year over year, the last 40 years, is about 4%. Now it's 4% compounded, but it's about 4%. I said you're going to need 8. So even if you had $1 million saved and you got 4% on your money that year, you're getting $40,000. That's on $1 million. So say if you don't have $1 million, you got $500,000. Okay, you got $500,000, you're getting 8%. You're getting like $40,000 a year on 8% on $500,000. But when you think about it, that's Santa Claus, right? I looked up the average 401k in the United States. The average amount in a 401k. The average amount in a 401k, as reported by Fidelity Investments. Fidelity is one of the biggest investment companies in the world. So they got good data. They said the average. Man, let me come on out of here while I'm talking now about this. Woo! The average.
Wait a minute, man. Wait a minute, bro.
Man, I had to come back. Woo! I'm back. I keep the coat on for effect. You know what I'm saying? I look like this, that way you can be. I need that for effect, bro. Okay, let's finish breaking it. Oh, yeah. I got all that out. But that's Santa Claus. But check this out. So $1 million, $500,000, 8%. Right? But here's the thing. This is the point I'm trying to get across. If you're listening to the Daily Bread Radio Show, if you go back and listen to all those different episodes that we've talked about, from investments to building your own business to life insurance, that's when you got to understand, like, you know what? You have to be like those little kids, because those little kids, like I got a 7-year, and this was gonna bring it home for you. I have a 7-year-old grandson and a 4-year-old, and a 4-year-old granddaughter. I hit my grandson this year. I was like, hey, what you want Santa Claus to bring you for Christmas? He hit me. He said, Santa Claus ain't real.
Oh, Lord.
I said, oh, God damn. 7 years old.
Ain't got to get you nothing.
I said, well, how you know? He's like, oh, my mama told me. My mama told me she'd be getting all that stuff. I said, okay. But he's 7. So I'm saying if you listening to the sound of my voice, and if you are living in the U.S., take some time out to do some research for yourself to find out what you're going to need because we ain't getting no younger. I'll be 52 next year. A lot of people in my generation, 53. Now the big party is the 55 and the 60. That's the big party. 55 and 60. That's the next milestone parties for us. So if 55 and 60 are the next milestone parties for us, most people was talking about retiring at 65, right? That's only 13 years from now. That's 13 years. 65 is 13 years. So some people, no, I could probably ride out to like 70. Okay. That's only, listen what I'm saying to you. That's 20 years or less. 20 years is not a long time to try to grow money. It's not a long time. So I'm saying that to say, I hate to break it to you, but I'm going to be that person that broke it to you like when you was a kid. Santa Claus ain't real.
Oh, Lord.
It's not real. That 401k, putting in that 5 and that 3%, you're not going to be able to save 3% of your salary and get to $1 million. You're not going to be able to do 5% of your salary and get to $1 million. If you do, it would be outstanding. I want you to get a 30%. But you got to start learning things like the rule of 72. The rule of 72 is basically, will tell you, if you take 72 and divide it by the interest rate that you're getting on your investments, it will tell you how long it will take for your money to double. It will tell you how long it's going to. So if you're doing 3s and 4% and 5%, 10, even at 10% is 7.2 years, right? Because 10 goes into 72 how many times? 7.2. So in 7.2 years, your money will double. That's why the wealthy people, they don't do 3s and 4s and 5s and 10s. They're doing 100. Because if you can get into an investment at 100% return on investment, how long would it take you, using the rule of 72, how long would it take you to double your money? Less than a year. Yep. Less than. It would take you 7.2 months. 7.2 months. Your money doubled because you was getting 100% on your money. 100%. 50%. I got upset. I had something recently I did. I got 30% on my money, right? On this transaction that I was doing, right? I was upset. I said, man, I want 100. But even at 30, that ain't but like 2.5 years. 30, 60, then you got 72. Like 2 years and 2 months, right? So I'm saying that to say Santa Claus ain't real. I want you all to wake up and do like Harriet Tubman said. Harriet Tubman had, and I talked about this on the pregame. Harriet Tubman had some serious quotes, man. Harriet Tubman, the first quote she said was this. She said, I was born, listen to this, I was born with 2 rights that I know I have. She said, the right to liberty, which means what? Liberty is what? Freedom. She said, I have the right to liberty and the right to death. And it's my right. If I can't have one, I know I can have the other one. Now, marinate, this is Harriet Tubman. The other quote that was deep, she said, listen to this, I freed 1,000 slaves, but I could have freed 10,000 if they knew they were slaves. If they knew that Santa Claus is not real. So I'm saying that for you. I want y'all to wake up, man, and just pay attention to what's going on in and around you, because the reason they need us to believe in Santa Claus is why? Because the people that don't believe in Santa Claus on Wall Street, right? They're the ones, Wall Street, different investments. They're the ones that's making the money off of people that do believe in Santa Claus. So if you, while you say, well, hey, I'm gonna retire my three, that money that you put in your 401k, it's another guy behind the scenes that's getting paid a fee just for managing the money, picking which stock is gonna go in. Yeah, we're gonna get into Apple. And, oh yeah, I'm gonna put some into. Yeah, I'll put some over here. We're gonna go into Walmart and bruh. Well, let me ask you something. What question? What question in this day and age? What question can you have that you can't find on the internet right now? I challenge you. You could call into the show 678-381-1973. Call into the show with if you got a question where you say, you know what, you cannot find the answer to this on the internet. I'm like, bro, call into the show and please let me know. Because even the stuff that you don't want to know, if you want to know it, all thing you got to do is type it into your phone. I don't have no computer. Put it in your phone. You can say anything. How to change a tire. What's the profitability of a daycare center? How much money can you make in a dry cleaners? How do you learn to speak Chinese? Anything that you want to know is right there for you. Santa Claus ain't real. So that's why I wore this. It was, symbolic of what I did today, and giving back to those kids and giving back to people. But it's also symbolic where I want all of us to be aware that it's not real, man. It's just not real. And I've touched on this. The financial game of life, this 401k thing, one hand they telling us we need to save enough money so we can save $1 million and then get 8% on our money. That's two magnificent feats. That's like you got to beat Jordan. That's like somebody telling you, you got to beat Michael Jordan and then play Kobe and then you win. You're like, oh my gosh, good grief. Like, God, how you do that? When you do that, it's possible. It's possible. Right? It's possible, but it's a long possible. But it's possible. It's definitely possible. So when you think about the financial game of life, I want you all to be in tune, be woke, be aware, understand what's going on. And one of the first things that we need to be thinking about going into 2019 is how do we find something to do or sell, well, to do or a product that we can create that we can sell for us. And I've talked about this many times. If you got a job, you need some people call it a hustle. You need another one of something. You need another one of something. Landscaping business. I can build computers. I fix crack screens. Or I invested in. You need something else too, because the people that don't believe in Santa Claus, that's what they do. They start a company, build it. Do you realize money comes out of thin air? Like money, you could just grab money. Like you could just come up with something to say, shoot, what I'm gonna do is I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write an album, right? If you're a musician, do you realize you could write an album, put it out on iTunes? You ain't gotta charge no $10.99 or $15.99. What if you did an album and charged $3.99 and you had some really nice beats? You're not a celebrity, so everybody ain't gonna be. But with the marketing on YouTube, Facebook Live, Facebook, Instagram, do you realize you could have 100 people a month buying your album? Oh, I like Merengue. Oh, he got a nice. And then they start telling you making $300 a month. And you say $300 a month? That ain't a lot of money. It's more than you was making. And then you can take the 300 and do what? Invest it. Take the 300 and buy something with it. And that's the system. Cash. Listen to this. This is what the people that don't believe in Santa Claus, this is how it goes. I'm giving y'all some game tonight. I'm giving it to you tonight. Cash, asset, cash. Cash, that means you take your money, you buy or you create an asset. And we already talked about that on the Daily Bread Radio. What's an asset? An asset is something that will pay you money. A house that you live in is not an asset. That's a liability. Because you can't make no money off of it unless you rent a room out or you move out of it or you pay it off and then you rent it to somebody. An asset has to money has to come into you. You have to be the receiver of the money for it to be an asset. Cash, you get an asset, and what do you do with the asset? The asset creates more what? Cash. Cash, asset, cash. That, bro, I just talked to, and this is something else I'm going to break down with you all tonight. And I want y'all to understand this. There's different conversations that you have with people when it comes to personal finance in life. I had the opportunity to have lunch with this guy that I knew he was a millionaire, right? I know he good for $1 million. I know he was a millionaire. But when I went out to the internet, again, you can look up stuff about people. When I went out to the internet and looked up what kind of millionaire, you know what it said? He was a $700 man. I said $700. A $700 million man. And we was having lunch. Me, him, my wife. I wanted to talk. I asked him, I had some questions and want to talk to him. He said, sure, no problem, man. Hey, I like your spirit, blah, blah, blah. Told him about the show. I do the show on the Daily Bread Radio show. And we start breaking it down. And he said, you know what? He said the paraphrase of Harriet Tubman. He said, you know what our problem is? He said, our problem is we don't realize this is a problem. I said, God damn. I had almost pushed back from the table. He said, that's the problem with when you're trying to help people. He said, when you're trying to help people, most people don't realize they need help. He said, the other part is the majority of people don't understand money. I said, oh my goodness. He said, because when you need money, most people do what? Get another job, work a little. He said, you can't do it like that. You got to learn how to leverage money and make your money make money. You have to learn how to do. He said, you have to learn how to do that because if you don't learn how to do that, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't but so many days in a week, in a year, and it's only so much that you can do at a time. Even if you get another job. If you get another job, think about it. You get another job, they paying you $10 an hour. You say, okay, that's cool. 15. No, I get paid. Okay, they giving you $100 an hour. They giving you $100 an hour. You got another job. If they giving you $100 an hour, the person that owned the company, right? Only thing he need to do is get $25 an hour off 100 people. While he down wherever he at, Pango, or whatever he doing, I'll give you $100 an hour. If I'm gonna make $25 a head, an hour for everybody that's in there working, there might be 10 lawyers in that goddamn firm. That's fine. Get $100 an hour. I'll take 25. 25 from 10 people an hour. So I'm making $2,500 an hour, right? And I'm off somewhere else. I ain't even doing no law. I ain't even doing whatever you. So you got to get to a point where you can turn it around. And that was the other thing he said. He said, don't matter how much. He said, don't matter how much. You can have a little bit and put it to work. He said, I started with $10. He said, I just kept putting $10 away. And then I started putting 20 away and then 30 and 40. He said, before you know it, I was up to 100. Then it went to 1,000. But then that money start making me other money. And then that's when it started doubling up, tripling up. That's how you do it. So when I do these shows, and we do, people say podcast, I have to keep doing it because just at our race alone, we got 50 million people. And I'm telling you today, man, when I went to that school and I saw them little kids, man, Dude, I'm gonna be, I said, man, the only person I know that cry more than me on radio is Steve Harvey. But I'm gonna tell you that, man, today it was 100 and something kids, man, that I literally picked them up and sat them on my knee, bruh. Over 100 kids, man. And I'm looking, some of them kids was dressed up so nice, man. They knew Santa Claus. Their parents knew Santa Claus. They was taking a picture with Santa Claus today. But it was some young brothers and sisters that came. I'm talking about little kids, man. I'm talking about 3 and 4 and 5-year-olds, man. That came up there, man. This one shorty came up there, man. I promise you, bro. I ain't lying, man. This little boy came up, man. That dude had a hole in his shirt and a big hole in his pants, bro. And his shoes were so run down and raggedy. And the guy and the young lady who was taking the picture, they was trying to find a way to place him, not get his shoes in the picture, cover up the hole in his knee. Man, I had to squeeze this kid between my legs, man, with this outfit on, and put my hand over his shirt, man. That little man had a hole in his shirt, bro, and his pants, and his shoes was run down. I know that man, he probably got a single mom, or if he got a mom and dad, they struggling, bro. That's a little, man, he couldn't have been no more than like 4. He couldn't have been no more than like 4. Man, that shit, I'm sitting up there smiling so goddamn big. Man, I was sitting there, man. I was so hurt, man. I was so hurt because that's why I do this show. If we don't start turning this thing around, man, that kid at 3 is going to be 13, 23, 33, 43, 53, and could still be working on that same mindset because in his environment where he's learning things, that's what he's seeing and that's what he's being a part of. Scarcity, poverty thinking. And I know, man, I wouldn't be up here. I wouldn't have the conviction to even talk like this. Bro, I ain't from the worst of the worst because people on, I ain't got to say that. But bro, I know what struggle is. I know what that is. You ain't got to live in no roach rat. People tell these stories. I was like, yeah, I get it, man, but I ain't live that, but I know what struggle is. I know what that is. I know what going without is. And I also know what goddamn hustle is. And the third thing that this millionaire told me was this. And this was the part that resonated with me, man. And I said, I couldn't wait to get to the show to tell you all this. This man told me this. He said, look. He said, Joaquin, if you really, this is what he told, this man, they say this, bro. He didn't tell me this. This is something I went and looked up on the internet, bro, from somebody else. A $700 million man. You know what this man told me, man? The third thing that stuck with me, he said, look, man. He said, Joaquin, if you really want to be wealthy and if you really want to be successful, you're going to have to fight for it. He said, you're going to have to fight for it. And when he said it, and we was, having lunch, I'm like, okay, I get it. I gotta fight for it. Nah. But after somebody tell you something like that and you let it marinate a little while, all this week, man, I was sitting there thinking like, bro, when you get into a fight, you don't get into a fight to lose. Sometimes you're going to lose a fight, but sometimes the advantage of just getting into the fight is an advantage. Because sometimes when you should have been in a fight, we didn't fight for what we believed in. We didn't fight for it. He said, man, you will never progress. He said, because it's two, and the fourth thing he told me was this. He says 2 things that people are never going to give away. He said, so if you don't believe me, people in power, he said, they never going to give away power and they're never going to give away all their money. He said, yeah, people going to donate to a worthy cause or give to charity. He said, but they not going to give you everything. And I said, damn. dang, if you want it, you're going to have to fight for it. Get up early, stay late, have a plan, write down goals, go through some ups, go through some downs, knock on some doors, try some things, be willing to fail. Like, man, it don't matter. It don't matter, man. It don't matter. But you, all of those things that, and the last thing is this. The fifth thing I want to share with you is this. When we get advice from people, man, get advice. The best advice that you can get from somebody is somebody who's already done it. This man a millionaire. This man he wasn't selling nothing. I was like, wow, what he selling? What he trying to? That man was like, hey man, you put on this little hat. Like, hey man, have a good. You can call me anytime. We can talk. He said, hey, it was great. I really like meeting. Blah blah blah. We got to start having conversations with people that already did it. Whatever we trying to do. If you trying to be the karate expert, why the heck you dealing with somebody who they ain't even no black belt? They an orange belt, a green belt.
Ain't got no belt.
No belt, right? You want to deal with the sensei, the master, right? That's who you want to have in your corner. Somebody can instill that belief in you and show you how to do it. And give you that feedback that you need that we never want. We don't want that feedback because now we think it's criticism. You need feedback from people. Man, you screwed it up. Man, you half did it. That's how you get better. But we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that, man. So, I mean, that's the financial game. That's the difference between believing in Santa Claus and not believing in it. So, this show, man, and I got some new technology. This OBS.
Come on now.
This OB, this OB, man, this. Man, y'all don't even understand, bro. What's coming in 2019? I'm gonna be able to show y'all documents. We going up, man. I'm not stopping. Like I said 2 weeks ago, I'm still in the womb. I ain't even been birthed yet. All this is just the beginning stages. We got 100. Episode 100 is coming up in 5 months. This is episode 81. We got 19 shows to go. It's a weekly show. Do the math. 20 weeks, 5 months. We're going to do our 100th episode. It's going to be so big. It's going to be so live. It's going to be so phenomenal. And this right here, how I measure my success, I measure my success by the number of people that I can help. That's it. Am I going to get money? I'm getting money. Trust me. Anybody that know me, I'm a hustler from way. I'm gonna get money, and I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna rest. I take my losses. You don't hear me complain about it. You might hear me joke. Say, God dang, I hate that look. But if I lost it, I'm trying to go back and get it in another way, in another form. The way that I measure the success of the Daily Bread Radio Show is based on the number of people that I can help. And I'm using myself as the goddamn guinea pig. Can't nobody tell me what I ain't been through. I done been through it. And so now I'm like, bankrupts, I don't care. I don't care. Repo, I don't care. Because I don't believe in Santa Claus. Santa Claus ain't real to me. Right? So it ain't no issue. And now he put me into a position where I can start having conversations with cats who are millionaires. You think I ain't gonna sit down and be listening? Bugging that joker, taking him to lunch? Man, by the time I'm gonna take him to lunch somebody.
Oh Lord.
I'm gonna go way back on y'all. When I finish with that joker, man, he gonna look like Haystacks Calhoun. He gonna look like Abdullah the Butcher, man. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be looking like Andre the Giant, man. I'm like, bro, how much can you eat? Where you want to eat? Where you want to go? I'm treating that joker like he my goddamn girlfriend. Hey, bro, where you want to eat? Where you want to go? Bro, because I want to get that info. And there's very few people, man, people we idolize, football, basketball players, entertainers, rappers, strippers, all these different people that's making money, right? Oh, man, she got it. Oh, he got it. Oh, they flossing. The question you should ask yourself is this, and you write the number down. How many of those people that you see in the limelight, TMZ, this, that, and that, Oh, he getting paid. He got on his fur coat. She got on his fur coat. She got a new album. How many of them people take the time out and say, you know what, bruh, I'm going to give you the blueprint. I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do what I'm doing and better. How many people, man? How many? How many people coming to your kid's school, your grandkid's school, your job, your goddamn organization, your fraternity, your sorority? How many people coming to, hey, bro, how you doing? Oh, good to meet you. Anything that you need to know, I'll show you. How many people doing that? Nah, bro, people ain't doing that. No, I don't want you to know what I know. Because if you know what I know, you might take what I got.
You know what I know that I don't know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to thinking it's something that's called zero sum and non-zero sum. When you start talking about what's available to you, I guess that's the best way to put it. Zero sum is this. In the stock market is a zero sum game. What does that mean? That means this. The 10% of the people that manage and own and operate 90% of the money on Wall Street, the 10%, they have to, in order for them to win, 90% has to lose. Mm-hmm. It's a zero sum game. It ain't but so many shares of a stock for any company. Companies don't have unlimited numbers of shares of stock. It's a limit. So when you buy, if you buy at 10 and sell at 15, guess what? Somebody had to be buying when you were selling. It's zero sum. It's a win-loss game. Get that, understand that, bro. So that way when you go out to different places, you can like, is this zero sum? Is this win-lose? The stock market is win-lose. You do know that, right? So while you getting 3%, them cats out there getting 100. They buying contracts. They get derivatives, commodities. They buying options. We buying whole shares. They buying options, right? They make it 10 times what the man make it 3%. Every day. When the stock go up, they making money. When it go down, they making money. But guess what? When it go down, people losing, other people winning. It's a zero-sum game. That means you can't have winners without losers. But now I'm going to switch gears. The age that we're in right now, this is a digital age. What we using right here, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, internet, it ain't zero sum. I don't care if you got 100 million followers. Guess what? They ain't got nothing to do with me. I can still get 100 million too. I got 300,000 people. Good. I mean, I can get 300,000. Because you doing modeling, makeup, body sculpting, working out, personal trainer. I'm doing personal finance. Who I'm competing against? Me. I'm competing against myself, bruh. So if I ain't got 3,000 people, okay, that's on me. It ain't got nothing to do with the competition because it's not zero sum. Dave Ramsey, Susie Orman, name anybody that you name, it ain't got nothing to do with me because it ain't zero sum. They can make 10 million, 20 million, 30 million, 40 million. It don't have nothing to do with me. This is on me. If I don't make 10 million or 20 million or 30 million, that's on me. It ain't no zero sum. That's the difference. And if I want to go out and make it, it's up to me. I got to go fight for it. I got to learn this technology. OBS, how to get stuff on YouTube, the right YouTube channel, to get the likes, the ads, the this, the that. Every time you look at YouTube now, I don't care if you're looking at a video, a how-to, 3 minutes into the video, what happened? Boop, boop. An ad will come up, right? Hey, if you want to learn how to know people to do such and such and such, you call the number right down below, and I can show you exactly how to chop wood in half the time that you spend it. You go back and start watching the video. Oh yeah. Oh, next thing, bloop, bloop. Hey, you tired of working that 9 to 5? You ready to get out of that? Call right down below, hit me, and I'll show you exactly. Order my free ebook. Okay. It ain't no need to get mad, right? It's non-zero sum. You can do it too. But you got to fight for it. You know what fight for it mean? You got to go learn the concept. How they do that? How they get them ads on there like that? How much did that cost? $500 a month. Ooh, I don't got no $500. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because you got to fight for it. You got to fight for it. So that when you put your 500 up, you know you ain't going to put 500 up or 1,000 up a month and then walk away from it and go home and sit on the couch and turn. No, you're going to be trying to get that money back. You're going to fight. You got to fight for it, man. You got to fight for it. So, I mean, Santa Claus ain't real. It ain't real. This me with a turtleneck. This me. Y'all know me.
Turtleneck.
Bro, it's wintertime, bro. I wear a turtleneck in the winter. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know I was hot with this goddamn Jingle Bell outfit on, but it was it was something, man, that God placed on my heart today, man, and to see them kids and what He put on my heart for that little brother, bro. I'm gonna do something for that little kid, man. Oh nah, bro, you know me. You know boy. If I don't know nothing else, man, I know that. And ain't nobody got to tell you that. You can feel that, man. You can feel it. And whenever we got to get to the point where we stop overriding our feelings, when you feel something, you can't deny it. I said 120 kids came through there, sat on my knee, thought I was Santa Claus, and one kid, hole in his shirt and big holes in his goddamn pants, and his shoes run down. That man in there with all them 120 kids every day. Think about what that's doing to his psyche. He want good clothes too. He want to put on a vest. Man, there was some kids came in there that were so sharp. Man, they were sharp. Sweaters, bow ties, you know what I'm saying? Shiny shoes, Air Force Ones, Jordans. They had on, man, them kids knew it was the day they was going to be taking pictures with Santa Claus, man. You can only be a blessing to the amount or limit that you've ascended to. I can't give away 100,000 right now because I don't have 100,000 to give away. But I can give away a lot. I can't give away 100,000 right now because I don't have the means to give away 100,000. But when I get to 1 million, I give 100,000 away on GP. That means general purposes. For you all that are too young to know what GP means,
in case you didn't,
right? In case you ain't understand that, you know. When I get to 1 million, 100,000. Automatic 100,000. When I get to 10 million, automatic million. Automatic.
Can I get it?
You can get it.
Yeah.
You can always get it, but you got to be in need. You got to fight for it. But I'm like Warren Buffett said, I ain't giving out no charity. Because if I give it to you and you don't need it, that's like welfare. I'm going to make you weaker. That's like me putting weight on the bar. You need to press it. But if I put the weight on the bar and then move you out the way and I get down there and pump it and then let you sit back down and say, man, how'd I feel? You're like, oh, damn, that wasn't that heavy. I know, because you wasn't lifting.
You ain't doing that.
Right? No, hey, man, don't be no crush to somebody. But Joker asks you for some money, you need to assess. You need to assess. And I give a lot. I ain't tripping about that. But I'm like, sometimes, man, I sit down and I think and I assess. I'm like, sometimes we need to say no. Because what no is going to do is do what? It'll make you hungrier. It'll make you madder. So you ready to fight now? Like, God damn, the homie got there and turned me down? Ain't that I'm turning you down. I'm telling you, bruh, go get it. Just like I get up and go get it. And the next man and the next woman, and go get it. And we got to show our kids that. All this giving. They need this. Giving. Man, them jokers so goddamn soft now. Most of them don't even know about no goddamn hustle. Give it. They got to have this. My God dang. Come on, man. We got a generation. We got almost 2 generations of people, man. We got to come back and get them, man, and bring them along with us. Bring them along with. I'm gonna leave y'all with this one last thing, man, because I want y'all to be in thought. You know, some people saying prayer, but I want to be in your thought. I'm working on something right now And y'all have heard me talk about this. I'm working on something right now with Morehouse College and Clark Atlanta University. Just took it upon myself, forget all that calling, went over, met some leaders, and this is a true story. Didn't know them before I walked into their office. Just and let me share something with you all, man. This and again, tonight's show, this is game. You go back and listen to this, I done dropped some stuff on you, man. If you did 30% of it, man, it's gonna change 2019 totally. I was sitting at home and I said, look, you know what I'm gonna do? Go get a haircut, trim my nails, put on a suit and a tie, went and had my car detailed, and drove down to Clark, right? Do you know I walked up to, I asked around, I said, well, hey, who's such and such? Who? Oh, just go down the hall. Good thing I ain't no killer. You know what I'm saying? Because I said, well, hey, who's in charge of such? Go down, make a left. You will see her. She's sitting right over there. Blah, blah, blah. I said, well, God, is that easy? Bruh, I promise you. Went down there, knocked on the lady's door. Knock, knock, knock. And the door was already open. She looked up. Can I help you? Oh, good afternoon. My name is Joaquin Thompson. I'm with the American Financial Literacy Association. And I had this program that I wanted to discuss with. Do you have a moment? Oh, sure. Have a seat. That was because I had on a suit and a tie. And I was sitting there saying, like, can't be that easy. Had a conversation with the young lady. She said, you know, I said, this is what I want to do. I want to come in and do a presentation on personal finance for all, listen to this, for all of your graduating seniors that are interested in attending a presentation on personal finance before they graduate in May. I said, I was thinking like March, February, March, April, but before they graduate in May. And here are the topics that I want to cover. She said, okay, why don't you do this? Send me some objectives. This was Dr. such, you know. I said, okay. You know, that's how they talk, academia. Oh, send me some objectives. And I said, okay, that's cool. I'll do that, right? But she was very accommodating, very helpful, and was very engaging. So I said, okay, what did I do? Went home that night, got on my computer. I'm not Apple savvy. Now, if you put me on Office, Excel, I could just, bop, bop. But I didn't know, pages and keynote. But I said, you know what? It's going to get done tonight. Went to YouTube. Oh, that's how you do it? Came back. Man, I created a PowerPoint that was so goddamn awesome. And when I say awesome, I'm not just saying it because I did it. I'm saying it because it was nice. I ain't just sent her a list like, here are all the things that we could talk about. I wrote out the objectives, put it in a PowerPoint, put some pictures, went and grabbed some images of different graduations from Morehouse, put that in the deck, put their logo on there, sent it to her. I didn't get a response. I said, I followed up with a call. She said, no, I ain't see it come through. I tell you what, let me email you and then you email me right back. I said, okay, that's cool. She emailed me. I attached the file, sent it right back to her. Now, I don't know what's going to happen. She may get the file and say, oh, well, it sounded good during Christmas and I was overwhelmed. That may not happen. Or she may reach out to me in January, like she said she was, and say, hey, this is going to be the first class that graduates from Morehouse that's going to be able to go through this workshop or presentation or seminar about personal finance before they graduate so they can understand the reality that's waiting on them on the other side of that degree that we don't even talk about. That's what could happen, but who knows? But I put it in play, and that's what I'm saying to y'all. Just put it in play. It don't matter. Put it in play. Nothing may not happen, or everything may happen. Put it in play.
Ron Stewart said, boy, you baking a cake with all the ingredients.
Cause you know I'm trying, man. Man, this Santa Claus suit had me going, man, and I appreciate that, Big D, man. And I heard this entertainer say this, and man, and I thought about that man right there. I heard something like that, man, recently. This entertainer said the media person that was interviewing her, she said, well, you get all this negative press, you get this, that, and other. She said, listen, if if you talk to 100 people and 99 are against me, she said, if one person tells me, good job, I'm fine. And on this show, that's all I need. When I did that show last week about prison reform, man, I can't tell you how many people reached out to me, man, about we need a part two. I had a really close friend of mine that don't never send me no long texts. You know how you get a text, beep, call me back. He'll say, call me back, hit me up. He sent them kind of texts. All the years that we've been goddamn homies, that's what he sent me, those kind of texts. After last week's show, that joker sent me a text this long. Man, I was trying to get into the show. I was trying to call in. I wanted to give you put you up on some real stuff, man. This is what happened to me, blah, 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 blah. I said, bro, hit him back. I said, you know what? We're going to do it again. That's how you know what you're doing. Ain't nobody send me no check. Like, I ain't worried about no check from last week. I'm just sowing seeds. I'm sowing seeds because I know next year, I'm going to be a quarter of a millionaire, if not a half a millionaire. I'm going to be halfway there. And I'm going to give all the way long. Anybody that need help, bro, I'll come to your church, your house, wherever you want me to come. So I know we done ran over, it's 9:07, but man, just know, just a quick recap. Santa Claus ain't real when it comes to your personal finance. Know the difference. Do the research. Don't buy into that 401k gonna take you all the way there. That 401k is just one, and we've talked about this, that's just one tool, right? That's just one vehicle. You're gonna need more than one vehicle, bro, to get there where you trying to go, and people living longer. You don't want to be no 80 years old talking about, I took care of y'all. Y'all gonna take care. Nah, man, your kids gonna be like, man, go on with that. You want to be able to stand on your two till it's over. I want to be able to stand on my two till it's over. And I got 3 of the best kids in the world and an awesome wife. I still want to be able to stand on my two until it's over. I don't never want to be in no position where I'm like, man, I'm tapped out. I ain't got nothing. Shoot. Look at me, what? Hey. Hey. Santa Claus ain't real, right? The other thing is, you got to fight for it. What you got? All right, y'all. Hey, my producer saying he giving me the hook. But you got to fight for it. You got to be willing to fight for it. So in 2019, if you ain't been in a good fight in a long time, get in shape first. Just get ready for the fight, right? If you know it's going to be a fight, get ready for it. Drop a few pounds, change your diet. Yeah, get ready for the fight.
Push up on the plate.
Yeah, push up. Start doing some push-ups. Start off with 5. But get ready for the fight. Because these people not giving away power and they not giving away money. And if you say you ain't gonna do it for yourself, you got kids and grandkids and nieces and I don't have no kids. Yes, you do. You got other people's kids.
Oh, I can still see my feet.
Right? So, I mean, man, that's it for me, man. Santa Claus signing up. What?
I can still see my feet.
Bro, you better stop. You better get ready for that fight.
Tell everybody, make sure they listen to these words right here. Something you said a couple of weeks ago.
Okay. What you want?
Tell them to listen to these words. Have a good night.
Okay. Listen to the word.
The words.
Oh, listen to the words. Okay. Hey, y'all have a good evening, man. Have a good holiday. We'll be on next Thursday. You catch the Morning Glow in the morning from 7 to 9 on DKM Radio. Check this brother out. He got an awesome show. You can check him out while you're driving in. You know, next Thursday, you got Minister Neil come on with Spiritual Talk from 6:30 to 8. Then you have me from 8 to 9. You know, I already talked about the Morning Glow. That's every morning. And just spread the word, man. Just spread the word. We're going to keep growing. Don't worry about, I ain't going nowhere. So you ain't got to worry about me. Like, you ain't got to never worry about coming on this thing and be like, he out. Oh, and make sure that, because you ain't got to worry about that. I'm going to do my part. So just y'all have a beautiful week, man. Keep doing y'all thing, man, and let's make 2019 bigger and better than 2018.
I pray that you all put your shoes way under the bed that night, so that you got to get on your knees in the morning. Thank God for grace and mercy and understanding. We all fall short of the glory. We all got plenty. If you just start thinking of all the things that you got to say thank you for, that's a bit. True desire in the heart.
You probably leave that mic up so they can hear it.
Good.
How they hear it?
It's God's truth to you, sent beforehand to indicate that it's yours already. Dreams without goal, yearly goals, life goals, daily goals, monthly goals, hourly goals, minute by minute goals. Dreams without goals are just dreams, and they ultimately fuel disappointment. Goals on the road to achievement cannot be achieved without discipline and consistency. You understand? Between goals and achievements are discipline and consistency. You'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. Now, I've been blessed to make hundreds of millions of dollars in my life. I can't take it with me. And you can't do it. So it's not how much you have, it's what you do with what you have. And we all have to be gifts. Some money, some love, some patience, some good touch people. But we all have it. Use it.
Use it.
Share it.
Hey, give me some music like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, you got to get one more thing, man. Turn this microphone on. One more thing. Hey man, you got to get me some of that kind of music.
You like that?
That dun 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 dun. That's what we need, man. We need I think I got to get these jokers ready to go out and chart. Hey man, y'all have a beautiful evening, man. Nothing but love for you. I appreciate all the support. Big D, my wife Tanya, love you, girl. Everybody joined Thelmisha. Everybody that came on tonight, man. Couldn't do it without you. Wouldn't do it without you. Hey! 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 Love this thing, boy. Damn!
Good show, man.
Huh?
Good show, Sam.